Welcome to the Seller Roundtable e-commerce coaching and business strategies with Andy Arnott and Amy Wees.
What about, you said you study a lot, which, you know, is great. So what are your favorite books, podcasts, and motivational materials? What do you recommend?
Oh boy. Oh geez. Okay. What can I say without giving away too much? Okay. So, as far as motivational books, if you haven't read the book Inner Engineering by a guy named Sadhguru, Sadhguru, it talks about being able to let go of things and control your emotions from the inside out. And it's been wonderful. It's kind of one of those, why are you emotionally reacting to situations that are outside of you? Just because your kids are upset does not mean you need to be upset. They're being upset as their business. That's not helping you solve a situation. Just easy does it. And that's helped a lot on the business side as well, because now, you know, when Facebook takes a roller coaster or your Amazon sales dive or you get a hijack, you're not like, you go, okay, I can't control that. I can do something about it on my end, but I don't need to get crazy, because that's when you make bad decisions. So that book has helped a lot as far as motivational books go. Podcasts, I don't listen to a ton of podcasts as much as I like to read. I am a book nerd, huge nerd. I have a book addiction. It's pretty bad. If you haven't read it yet, couple of books on just how cash flow works. Rich Dad, Poor Dad on cash flow is great. Also, if you haven't yet, to understand cash flow and how it works with different groups of people on a bigger scale, Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell from the year 2000. That was a really, really good one, because this is not stuff that we get told about when we're growing up. Now then, if you want to go deeper down the well, as far as marketing and all that kind of thing, some recommendations that will really help the audience here. There's a book called How to Write Copy That Sells by a guy named Ray Edwards. It's about $15 on Amazon. It's a blue covered book, and it goes over the mechanics of how to make a headline, how to make the body, how to make an offer, how to use bullets properly, how to make a better email. Simple stuff that's not super high level theory crap. And it has exercises in it that you can do to say, okay, I can shape my message better no matter what tool I'm using. If it's my copywriting, if it's my video for my ads, or if it's my Amazon email, or if it's my review sequence or whatever. That simple book is a great starting point for a lot of people. Another great book for people to study that is not often talked about is a book called Influence by a guy named Robert Cialdini. Cialdini. I'm sorry. Can't spell off the top of my head. But what it is it talks about psychology and persuasion. Because here's something for those of you that made it to the end of the podcast here, what you want you to think about. I've said it in my group, and I've said it on numerous podcasts and YouTube channels. For those of you that only have an Amazon product page, you are asking people to think and act. And those are two different things. I do not want them to think about if my product is good for them while I am asking them to buy, because buying is a behavior. It's a reaction to an emotional impulse response. That's the bottom of the funnel. I want them to know that they already want it well before they get to my product page. So when they see it, they go, check out. Like, it's already in their mind. So with Influence, that book, what you're going to sort out is, okay, there's thinking, that's decision making. Is this good for me? Do I really need this? Well, if you think that, if you're thinking about whether or not you need it, I haven't moved you enough to make a buying decision, because buying is a behavior. That's not a thought. That's a reflex. Whoa. So if we tie it back, can I start moving you in all of my content, in my email, my product page, in my funnels, in my review sequence, to get you to take an action, whether it's buy from me, leave a review, click to reply on an email, click to enter a contest. Can I get you to do that by understanding how you're going to digest it, and the other side, how to throw it at you to get you to do it? Easy stuff. Those 2 books together, great base for a lot of people to get moving. Last tip on that note should be said, because we missed it in the podcast, and it should be said. When you're sending out any version of content you want people to respond to, if it's share, if it's an email sequence you want them to respond to, if it's a contest on your landing page, do not ask them to do more than one thing. They should know within 1 second of on the page, okay, this is what they're asking me to do here. If you get them to, if you're asking them to figure out which one, of your 4 products in the email to click on for the deal of the day, you're asking them to think for themselves. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just give them a reason to click and enjoy that satisfaction. And you get much higher conversions that way. And that comes from the How to Write Copy That Sells book and from influence. You put those 2 together, and that's low-level stuff that people can implement now to make a hell of a lot more money. There you go. Simple stuff. So I find that kind of stuff motivating, because it's like, okay, cool. I have an understanding, and I can deploy it more to where I get more of what I want, and my customers are happy. And the more happy I can make my customers to an irrational extent, the more they're going to come back and buy again. And that's what I want. I want to be their favorite drug dealer. That's what it is.
I love it. That's what we're going to title the podcast. How to be your customer's favorite drug dealer.
Yeah, like that is a good title.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for live Q&A and bonus content after the recording at SellerRoundtable.com. Sponsored by the ultimate software tool for Amazon sales and growth, SellerSEO.com and AmazingAtHome.com.